What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, we're going to talk about the new Season 1 Reloaded update for Warzone. We're going to talk about all the new content that Warzone is going to be receiving. I saw a lot of questions in regards to Covert Exfil and how that will work, if it will count towards a win. I'm going to answer all those questions, as well as talking about the Championship new quest. It's going to work a little bit differently than it did with Al-Mazrah. That's what we're going to talk about. But if you find this video helpful or informative, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you always stay up to date on the latest Call of Duty news and updates. I did upload a video a couple hours ago covering the entirety of the Season 1 Reloaded update, the roadmap that we got from Call of Duty, and all the new content that's coming out with next week's Wednesday's update. That has already been covered. And one final announcement is I do have a second channel, which is a Warzone page. This covers everything in regards to Warzone's new meta loadouts, different play styles, different settings, everything that you need to know about Warzone, I do cover on that page. So if you see any of my clips where I'm beaming people and you want to know what the loadout is, chances are I already covered it over on the second channel. Anyways, it'll be linked down below, but let's go ahead, let's get into it. So we are going to be getting a brand new update tomorrow. This, you can think of it like a Season 1 Reloaded Part 1 update. This will be adding the introduction to the first weapon balance changes, the first bug fixes that we are expecting to get with the mid-season update. We thought we were going to get it today, but instead they dropped the Season 1 Reloaded marketing, and they actually are going to be doing this update tomorrow, and this is what Raven posted. Tomorrow's Warzone update addresses balance concerns with the MTZ interceptor alongside several other bugs. Next week's Season 1 Reloaded update will include a more comprehensive weapon balance pass to weapons we've been monitoring since launch. So expect a brand new update that's going to be going live tomorrow. That's going to be nerfing that weapon. There's probably going to be a list of other weapons that are going to get nerfed. If you take a look at this list, we have the Interceptor, the WSP Swarm, the Haymaker Fire Shotgun, the Riveter Fire Shotgun, the Pull Me Out LMG. There's also the Ramp 7 with like 0 recoil. So there's a bunch of different weapons that they're probably going to end up nerfing. We did talk about this in the past as well. There's also currently items that are not working in the game, like the TYR aftermarket part, the Snake Shot, and all these different items. All that will be fixed in preparation for the mid-season update that's going to be bringing in all the content. So I'll be covering all that for you guys in that video tomorrow. Let's go ahead and talk about the new Warzone content. So we're going to be receiving 4 different pieces of content, and that is going to be the attempt at the Champions Quest. The second thing is going to be the Gulag Night Vision public event. The third thing will be a new weapon case in Battle Royale playlist. And the fourth thing will be a new way to escape, which is going to be Covert Exfil. Now think of this update as DMZ and Warzone being merged together. So although DMZ is not getting any more support, it seems like they're adding it into the Battle Royale side of things. Unfortunately, the weapon case is not going to be available in Zombies. I don't even think it'll be available in Resurgence modes. This is going to be a Battle Royale exclusive type of thing. The weapon case will work in the same exact way that we saw it work in DMZ. So there will be an area where this weapon case will be available. It's probably going to be marked on the map. The description they give, they said a single weapon case spawns in a small search area at the start of every match. So there will be only one per match. Once found, the player holding the weapon case is marked for all enemies in the match. So as long as you have this thing and you're holding onto it, you're pretty much like a walking bounty. Everyone's going to know where you're currently at. If a player holding a weapon case manages to survive and actually win the game or Covert Exfil, you will actually be able to get yourself some exclusive rewards. And the good news is this applies to all your teammates. So if I was the one to grab the case and you're my teammate, you're still going to get the weapon case rewards. So it works exactly like DMZ. You don't need to actually be the one holding onto it in order to reap the benefits. Unfortunately, they don't tell us what the rewards are and what you'll be able to get. Chances are, because it's going to be in Warzone and it's a little bit more difficult than it was with DMZ, there's definitely a lot more players that you have to deal with, and you being marked on the map as a constant target throughout the entirety of the game. That tells me that there might actually be decent rewards this time around. There's obviously going to be multiple. I'm going to guess around 6 to 7 because that's how DMZ was. Every single time you exfil, you will get a different reward, and the more times you exfil, the better the rewards start getting. And once you get all the rewards, usually like the 6th or the 7th reward, there's like a weapon blueprint or something similar to that that's involved. Maybe this time around there could be an operator because of how good it is, and the weapon case could get updated every single season, so that way there's different rewards each time around. And this could be a really good way to start getting some free cosmetics and items simply by playing the game and being good. You guys think this would have made more sense for them to add in Zombies, considering Zombies and DMZ are pretty much the same exact thing? Or do you think they decided to do the weapon case in Warzone to make it a free opportunity for those who don't own Modern Warfare 3? Anyways, we'll see how it works out with the Season 1 Reloaded update. They may need to do some adjustments, make it easier in some sort of way, depending on how hard or how difficult it is to complete this. Now, let's talk about Covert Exfil, which is the second brand new feature. And they said in the description, speaking of Covert Exfil, players can now exfil the match early with the help of a Covert Exfil, with only 5 exfils available for purchase per match for a very high price. in buy stations before the Gulag closes. A Covert Exfil calls in a helicopter that can fly any player out of the match. Ideally, with the weapon case in their possession, players can also compete to earn the most successful Covert Exfils with the new Covert Exfil leaderboard stat. So one thing I want to clarify is many of you guys think that this will actually count as a win. It doesn't. It's going to be a part of its own separate stat. So if you were to Covert Exfil out, this will not grant you a win, so it's not going to help you for the champion quest. And this is probably just a good way to leave the match if you have a weapon case. The only two benefits that I see from this is if you're trying to get out of the game with the weapon case, or if you're trying to be on that leaderboard for Covert Exfils, maybe you're trying to get top 1, top 10, something like that, then it would make sense. But other than that, I don't see any use for this. And they did elaborate a little bit more on it over on Twitter, the devs. They said this new feature is one I really believe in. It's challenging to pull off. He said he expects only around 1 successful Covert Exfil per match. It gives players a path to earn new rewards from the weapon case and creates new engagement honeypot, which has been great for mid-game pacing. Ultimately, we are the chefs cooking up new experiences in the kitchen, and like everything we create, we will listen to the players and look at the data. If we overcooked it, we'll correct it. Proof is in the pudding, so we'll see you in Season 1 Reloaded. So this is definitely a test feature that they want to try out in Warzone. Depending on the feedback, if players don't like it, then they're probably going to end up removing it from the game. I definitely think that this is a good option because it would make the weapon case 100 times harder to be able to get if you were required to win and the Covert Exfil wasn't a thing. And they mentioned that the price is going to be super high, so it's probably not even going to be easy to acquire the money. Maybe it's going to be like 100,000 cash or some absurd amount that will require you to spend the entire game collecting the money if you want to actually exfil. Anyways, the other new feature that we have is going to be the champion quest making its return. This is going to be available in Urzikstan. The good news is there's actually 3 different ways that you can unlock this champion quest. Unlike Al Mazrah, where you only had one way that you were able to do it, this time around you can either get 5 wins in a row, which is probably the most difficult one out of all these methods. The second one is to get 30 wins in a season. The wins do not need to be in a row. As long as you're in Battle Royale, you can do any mode. So it could be solos, duos, trios, or quads. Say you get 10 wins in solos, then you get the other 20 in quads. It still will count as long as you have the wins on your Battle Royale record. So you'll definitely need to check your stats often to see if you're getting close to that 30 wins. And then the last way that you can get the new quest is to steal it from someone who's currently doing it in your game. So if someone else got the 5 wins in a row and they ended up in your lobby and they have the new quest active and they're currently working on it, you can actually eliminate them and take the contract from them and complete it yourself and be able to get it that way. Compared to how it was with Al Mazrah, this makes it a little bit easier to get. And as a reward, they showcase that this is the nuke operator that you unlock, which we've talked about in the past before. This is the new photo that they showed of him. He's holding a weapon with a new camo, and that is one of the upcoming camos that we're expecting to be a part of an upcoming event. So one of those weekly challenges where all you have to do is gain XP and you'll be able to get that. It seems like since they're teasing it already, you can also expect that this camo event will be live at some point during the mid-season update. The next thing that we have is going to be a new Gulag public event. I don't think it will happen every single time. This will be just occasionally. So whenever it does go live, there will be a night vision version where you're going to have to wear the NVGs and you're going to have to look and find eliminate players and then be able to escape the Gulag. Anyways, this is everything that you need to know in regards to this brand new update for the Warzone side of things. I'll have more dedicated videos covering multiplayer, covering zombies, and everything else that you need to know about the mid-season update. But if you find the video helpful or informative, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see here on the channel. And just a reminder, don't forget to check out that Warzone page. I'll have it linked down below. But it's been your boy Chidzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back again. Peace.